How's it going, everyone? It's me, Lone, back again with another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going to show you how to legitimately one-shot most enemies in Fallout 76. And no, I am not joking, though there are some natural caveats, of course. Specifically, this video is going to be a build guide for a bloodied Gauss shotgun. I let you know previously that I was experimenting with bloodied shotguns in the game, and I finally rolled a bloodied Gauss shotgun. This thing is an absolute beast to me. It is a top-tier weapon and therefore a top-tier build. So in this video, I'm going to show you, one, the gun in action, so I'm actually proving what I'm saying. You're not going to be one-shotting Scorch Beasts in the sky or boss monsters anytime soon, of course, but when you consider, you know, super mutants and ghouls and other enemies like that, yes, this gun does one-shot them, even up to level 100. I'll show you it in a second. And the second part of this video is going to be me actually showing you the build, showing you my perk cards and all that kind of stuff. So if you like this video, please like it. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new. But with all that out of the way, please mind my dog. He is sleeping and making noises. Let's get to this video. Alrighty, so we're here in the game. This is the gun that I was talking about. Of course, it is a bloodied Gauss shotgun. Here are the other legendary attributes. Now, mind you, admittedly, this is a very, very good roll for the Gauss shotgun. I was incredibly lucky to get it. It is probably the best roll you could actually ask for when it comes to a damage-dealing bloodied Gauss shotgun in the game. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you and say you need these exact same legendary attributes to be able to achieve the effects in this video, because that's just a dumb video for me to make. It is not realistic. I wanted to make a video with a weapon that was realistic for all of you to achieve, and this one is a bloodied Gauss shotgun is realistic because it's a gun you can craft using legendary modules. I'm not telling you to get a bloodied fixer, which are harder to come by because you got to trade for them, or you got to, you know, hope one drops in your world. This is a gun you can constantly craft and craft and craft until you get the stats that you want, or close to anyways. And it's not that hard to get one that at least is bloodied. It might take you days, it might take you weeks, but eventually you're going to get there if you have a bit of patience, all right? So all you need is a bloodied Gauss shotgun. Everything else is just icing on the cake, all right? Trust me. So the other mods that you will need for this, a prime receiver is great. A hardened receiver is also equivalent, but obviously I use a prime receiver to have that extra damage against Scorched and Scorch Beasts. Everything else, again, is just additional. The perforating magazine is a must-have for that armor penetration. And I put a short scope on there, but to be honest, this is not a weapon you're using out of VATS. You really need to use it in VATS to actually get the one-shots. If you're out of VATS, you're not going to be getting many one-shots actually if you're facing kind of higher level enemies like we are about to right now. So make sure it is VATS. I'll show you the build that I have later that is reflected for a VATS build. But yeah, let me show you me killing enemies outside of West Tech. These are level 50 super mutants. We'll actually go inside because they're more scale to your level in there, just because of the way the spawns work at West Tech. But I'm very easily going to kill these level 50s. Now, of course, you're not going to be killing boss enemies. You're not going to be killing Scorch Beasts in the sky. The super mutant behemoth isn't getting one-shotted, but this gun still does very, very well against them if you are close up, because it is a shotgun, and if you are utilizing VATS to its fullest extent. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's run through and kill these enemies. So I've got a 95% chance on this guy. He's dying. Like I have all the confidence in the world, especially because I have adrenaline pumping, that these people are dying. But even if I didn't have adrenaline, these level 50 super mutants are going to die. The only exception that I found is like if the very first enemy you're trying to kill is a level 100 super mutant, for instance. I found with the level 100 super mutants with no adrenaline boosts that you have like that much health left after trying to kill it. But the moment you have any kind of boosts, like adrenaline, or even just being in a team with other people and having your mutations bump up your damage a little bit, then you're probably going to kill that level 100 dude. So I hope I can find one in West Tech to show you. But as you see, all these guys are dying. Of course, this is a Gauss shotgun, so you really want to fully charge it every time you do a shot. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get as many one-shot kills, but you need to be fully charging it. That's why it's there. You get exceptional damage with it. So let's go inside and actually see some real challenge, because these super mutants are going to be like 60 and 75, and hopefully we get a level 100. Usually you do in one of the top rooms, but let's go. So an actual challenge and not level 50s. This first guy, let's see what he's like. First guy is 75, so he's definitely dying. He's absolutely dying. Who's the next guy? 60, he's absolutely dying. Remember, always make sure you fully charge it to make sure and guarantee you're getting that one shot. Here's an interesting one. A legendary, a level 75 legendary super mutant is going to die in one shot. I promise you. Promise you. Where is he? Even though they regenerate health, all that stuff. Where did it go? Oh my god, I'm just gonna shoot this. Did he sneak back on the door? Yeah, he's over there. Alright. Let me show you. What? I told you, it took a little bit, but he died. I worried a little bit there, but that legendary absolutely died. Junkie's Tire Iron, why not? So hopefully I can find that level 100, but do you see what I mean? A level 75 legendary super mutant died in one shot. Never even got the chance to regenerate health. Never even got the chance. This guy, 75. As you can see, the VATS chance is like 95%. Or close to that. So again, that is guaranteeing the one shot. I'll go through and kill the rest of these guys just to kind of run the point home. And then we'll try and see if we can find that level 100 dude. Level 60. Oh god. Bloody mounds, man. Mounds. I keep saying mounds. Hounds. They're mutant hounds. Here we go. Level 100. All right. All right. I have adrenaline pumping, so this guy will die. Like, I'm very confident he's going to die. But let's see if I can, I might actually take off adrenaline. Here, for this guy, I will take off adrenaline and show you what I mean about there being like a sliver of health being left. I might still kill him, I don't know, but we'll see. See what I mean? See what I mean? So, level 100 super mutants without any adrenaline boosts are kind of the exception, okay? There might be another one here to test that out. But the moment that you have some adrenaline going, those guys are also going down in one shot. Especially if you're using VATS crits. And you'll notice here that I'm actually not using VATS crits because this gun in particular, as you saw before, does an extra 50% damage when it comes to VATS crits. So it's not realistic for me to show you that because of course they're going to die. I would hope that I had a regular bloodied gas shotgun without that. But anyways, so I shouldn't have any adrenaline boost. Actually, you know what? I want to show you. Just show you again. No adrenaline boosts. So level 100 dude. Oh my god, he did die. Well, there you go. Sometimes they just do. This gun is very good. I'll put back adrenaline. So I hope I showed you, I improved the point. You know what we're actually going to do as well? I'm going to take you to a Super Mutant Behemoth because I want to exemplify that it's not one-shotting these guys, but I believe with a Super Mutant Behemoth, it is a two-shot. I believe. Let's go check that out. Alrighty, so we're here. We've got a level 100 glowing Super Mutant Behemoth. No adrenaline boosts, mind you, right? So let's see how we go against this. I'm not going to use VATS crits, so it is not going to be two-shot, three-shot. It is three-shot. Well, there you go. Probably with some adrenaline boosts, maybe using VATS crits, you are getting a two-shot. But I didn't want to use VATS crits to make it kind of an unfair comparison. But let's go to one more area in the game, some different enemies just to show you. We're going to try... Let's just do ghouls, because those are enemies that you're going to find a lot. So I want to go to White Springs right now. Alrighty, I just jumped into a private world because all the enemies were dead in the other world. But because of that as well, my base damage is actually a little bit lower because my mutations aren't being further boosted with being in a team and all that. So the base damage now is 1073 instead of 1113, I think it was before. But regardless, these enemies are definitely going down because ghouls aren't as defensively capable, let's say, as a super mutant. But this level 75 dude is going... Level 60 dude going. Let me just heal before I die. Level 75 dude, of course, going. I do also want to show you as well. Let's see if we can find an enemy and try and kill it without using VATS, because I do want to demonstrate that out of VATS, sometimes you don't get the one shot. So level 60 dude, let's see. So he did die. There you go. There's an example. Level 75 dude that should have died in one shot inside of VATS didn't die outside of VATS. So, as demonstrated, you really need to use this weapon inside of VATS. And also remember that you're going to be using crits as well. Like, I'm not using it in this video for the reasons I said before. I don't want it to be unfair. But the crits are also going to absolutely help you ensure you are getting one-shot kills against certain higher level enemies, like a level 100 super mutant, for instance, when you don't have an adrenaline boost. So I'm just going to kill these guys just to make my day. Sometimes as well with these ghouls, they'll be close enough together that you can actually one-shot 2 of them, which is really fun. So I hope I've proven my point. This is the beast of a gun. I'm going to jump out now. We're going to go to Nukes and Dragons, and I'm going to show you the exact build that you need for this gun. Let's do it. Alrighty, so this is my bloodied shotgun build. Now, mind you, before getting into it, of course, I have my legendary strength, agility, and intelligence special cards boosting the perk points that I have available. So if you don't have these exact legendary special cards, you're not going to be able to equip as many perk cards as I have here. However, I will tell you the ones that you don't necessarily need. Some of them I just have because they're quality of life for me, and I just enjoy it. These are just the special cards that I have right now, the legendary cards that I have right now. So of course, I'm going to utilize all the perk cards that I can. But again, I will tell you the ones that you don't need to get the one-shot effect. So let's start off with strength. I do believe strength should be at 15, no matter what your legendary special perk cards are, because it has all the damage boosting shotgun perk cards. So shotgunner, expert shotgunner, and master shotgunner, absolutely fundamental to get the one-shot effect. Scattershot is really good as well because it reloads your shotguns faster, and especially because you don't have much in the magazine when it comes to a Gauss shotgun. Especially if you don't have the additional mag mod. So make sure you have Scattershot. It also reduces the weight of the shotgun, which is nice. And I say for a bloodied build, Blocker is absolutely necessary. Barbarian, maybe. I think Blocker is way better than Barbarian because you get hit by melee a lot. And I just have Traveling Pharmacy there because sometimes I like to carry a lot of stim packs. So in Perception, we have it at 6, and we have Skeet Shooter. I think you should have this because it means your shotguns have excellent accuracy and spread, which make them awesome. Concentrated Fire. I don't think this is an absolute necessity. To me, it's a nice to have, but it says VATS targets limbs, focus fire to gain high accuracy and damage per shot. I actually didn't have concentrated fire in the video that I just showed you there, let alone fully maxed out. I only had a single star of Skeet Shooter because in game my build isn't complete. But when I do complete my build, I'm gonna have these two, but I don't think you need to have concentrated fire at all. If anything, just have Skeet Shooter at whatever star you can get. But when you're using VATS and you see the 95% accuracy, you're going to get those shots most of the time anyways. So I think Skeet Shooter is definitely important. Endurance ones, again, here are the ones that I just have because I like having them as a bloodied build. Life Giver, because it's incredible to give you more health, especially when you're below 20%. Rejuvenated is really good because it gives you the increased benefit of being well fed or well hydrated. You just got to make sure that you are well fed or well hydrated to utilize that. And I just have Ironclad. You could probably let that go, to be honest. It's not an absolute necessity. I just have it because I can with the legendary special perk cards. Life Giver is definitely better than Ironclad. So in Charisma, Tenderizer, you should absolutely have that. Now, mind you, because you're one-shotting most enemies, Tenderizer is not going to activate much for you, but it will activate when you're not one-shotting. So have Tenderizer. It is a good one to have for those instances. Inspirational, you don't need. I just have it all the time because I want to get more XP to rank up my legendary perk cards faster. Stranger Numbers, you absolutely do need to have. So I'll say Tenderizer and Inspirational, not absolutely necessary here. Stranger Numbers definitely is necessary here. Suppressor, I just have. I don't think that's just the card that I have, to be honest. I don't know why that's there. Intelligence is at 11 here. Again, boosted by the legendary special perk card. But Demo Expert is absolutely necessary. Max this out completely because Gauss shotguns get an increased damage because they actually deal, from Demolition Expert I should say, they get an increased damage because they do deal some explosive damage. So you need to have Demolition Expert maxed out to max out your damage in the game and get those one shots. So dedicate at least 5 points in Intelligence, but you do need Nerd Rage as well. Intelligence because it is a bloodied build, so when you're below 20% health, you get damage resistance, more damage, and more AP regen, which will let you use VATS more often too. So make sure you have Nerd Rage and Demolition Expert. Batteries included is one of those quality of life ones, but because I use a Gauss shotgun, it's energy ammo, so I like having the fact that it doesn't weigh as much for me because it weighs 90% less when this is maxed out. You should absolutely have batteries included, but technically it is an optional choice. Gunsmith, I don't know why that's there. I think that's when I, swap out for a heavy gun or whatever, but I just have that there. Agility. God, I can't talk tonight. Agility. Adrenaline, I think it is important because you saw some of those circumstances where you weren't one-shotting. So having adrenaline maxed out, or even just there in 1, 2, 3 star, experiment if you want to, but I have it maxed out to make sure I'm getting max damage. Dodgy I have because it's really good for a bloodied build. You avoid 30% of incoming damage at the cost of 30 action points per hit, and when you have a lot of agility with an unyielding set of armor, you're using Dodgy a lot. So I think it is important for a bloodied build, but it is up to you. Enforcer, this is not required. So it means that your shotguns gain a 50% stagger chance and a 30% chance to cripple a limb. Again, when you're one-shotting enemies, how often are you going to use this? Not much. But I use it because I can. Another choice here, you can have Evasive to give you more damage and energy resistance, especially if you don't have an unyielding set of Secret Service armor. You might find that more useful. Gunfu, I've tried this, VAT swaps to target on kill with extra damage, 10, 20, and 30% to your next 3 targets. Look, I find Gunfu really situational, and you need to have multiple enemies there for it to be utilized. And if one's like, behind a barrier, your VATS isn't going to swap to it. So I don't find it absolutely necessary. I would say that Enforcer or Evasive is probably more important, but if you find Gunfu really good, then you can have it if you want. Luck. So luck for me is really important to have maxed out, because the more luck you have, the more you're able to actually use your criticals and VATs. And in fact, I think it is, and Tyr, I hope I get this right because this was in your video, I believe you need a luck of 33 to be able to get critical shots and VATs every second shot. I could be wrong, I think it is 33. And when you have an unyielding set, when you're bloodied and you have other boosts going from mutations, etc., which I will go through by the way, you will have luck at 33 at least, and you will be able to get crits every second shot, which is amazing, right? It's absolutely incredible. And part of that as well is having better criticals, so your VATS criticals do 40% damage. So that's actually nice to offset if you don't have that special, that legendary attribute, I should say, that gives you the extra 50% in VATS criticals. So if you want to have better VATS criticals, have better criticals, the perk card, it's really good. Bloody Mess, you need it. It gives you more damage. It means you one-shot more enemies. Critical Savvy is important to be able to get those criticals every second shot, because it means your critical hits only consume 55% of your critical meter. So I think that's absolutely important. Serendipity, you need on a bloodied build. You gain a 45% chance to avoid damage when you're at the bloodied level. It's fundamental to stay alive and bloodied. You need Serendipity. Class Freak, I just have it at 1 because I could. It helps to reduce the negative effects on my mutations a little bit, which is nice. Starch Genes is a must-have for me because you don't want to lose your mutations or gain any new ones that aren't good for you. As I mentioned, these are my legendary special perk cards. I don't expect any of you to really focus towards these, especially if you're a power armor build. Like, you would have completely different legendary perk cards. So I'm not going to cover those in this video, really. But what I will say is that legendary special perk cards are amazing. Don't overlook them. At the very least, if you are in a team, maybe taking one for the team is one you should consider, because enemies take more damage when they attack you if you're on a team, so that comes in handy. And Funky Duds to give you poison resistance, I think that is good for a bloodied build. But again, legendary perk cards are completely up to you, and just depending on what level you are and how many slots you have. I don't want to cover that in this video. Legendary gear, obviously bloodied Gauss shotgun and a full set of unyielding armor if you really want to utilize your unyielding build. And here are my mutations. Egghead, Eagle Eyes, Bird Bones, Marsupial, Adrenal Reaction, Speed Demon, Scaly Skin, Empath, Herd Mentality, and Herbivore. Those are, for me, must-have mutations when it comes to a bloodied build. I will go through them quickly. Egghead gives you more intelligence. That just gives you more experience. That's why I have it, but I think you should have it so you can level up your legendary perk cards faster. Marsupial, so you can jump super high. You don't want healing factor because your stims as a bloodied build are reduced, so they're not as good. You don't want that. You don't want grounded because technically a Gauss shotgun deals energy damage. You want empath because you're always going to be in a team. Trust me, be in a team. Herbivore, you can use carnivore if you want to. Eagle Eyes increases your critical damage, which again is really good for this build, which is a VATS build utilizing a lot of crits, especially if you're doing it every second shot. Adrenal Reaction, you get more weapon damage at low HP. Speed Demon, more movement speed, a faster reload. Talons you don't need. Herd mentality, again, really good. You need to be in a team to boost all your special stats, especially your luck, to get those extra crits every 2 shots. Plague Walker you don't need. Bird Bones is nice to fall from heights more gradually with Marsupial. Chameleon you don't need. Scaly Skin is good to get the extra resistance. You don't need Twisted Muscles. You don't need... Well, you need Carnivore or Herbivore. Pick one of them. And you don't need it electrically charged. So, that is the build. I hope you enjoyed it. It is linked in the description below, by the way. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But let's finish the video. Alrighty, Waysenders, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you have any questions or if you have anything that I need to clarify, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourselves and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.